Hello, I'm Kevin Pekkarinen, and this is a PowerPoint presentation of my school improvement research paper for EDU 597 at William Woods University. And for my school improvement research paper, the area of focus that I talked about was on co-teaching to improve student achievement. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit. So the problem at my school is that not all students were achieving to their potential. I pulled some data and I noticed that there were a lot of D's and F's throughout the student body. And I teach at a high school, so that's freshmen through seniors. There are a lot of D's and F's, a lot of failing grades there. And not only did we have that struggle where we had a lot of students that were, failing classes or getting D's in classes, but even our higher advanced students, I noticed they were not scoring as high on their EOCs or even the ACT as we would have expected. And it's constantly something that gets brought up to the principal during the principal advisory committee meetings. Do we focus too much on the lower achieving students when we should really take, can we put more of our energy into the good students and, make them even great and really help them exceed? So that's always been a question that's come up. So I noticed in our problem, we have all ends of the spectrum. We have the kids that are really struggling with D's and F's, and then even our advanced students, they're not quite achieving as high as we would have expected. So I decided I wanted to address the problem in a way that would, affect the entire student body. I needed to find a way to positively impact student achievement, not just for the lower kids, and not just for, the advanced students, but for students across the entire spectrum. So I wanted a way to cut down on the D's and F's, but also really help those good students, become great. And the best way I could, think to do something that would impact all students of, different, levels would be through differentiated instruction. I think just differentiated instruction in its nature is designed to help all students. It's designed to give more assistance and help students who aren't quite understanding, material or lessons or whatever it is. And it's also designed to, challenge students that are getting it so they don't become bored. So there needs to be enrichment activities, to help those students, even reach higher standards. And I decided through the means of co-teaching, we could better differentiate instruction, thus improving student achievement for all students. I think most students in some way, shape, or form, differentiate instruction, in some way. But I really wanted to say, how can I take that to the next level? How can I make sure, all students are differentiated instruction and that it's, going to be very effective differentiated instruction? So that's where I came up with co-teaching. I figured, through the use of co-teaching, having two teachers in the classroom, we can get very creative with our differentiated instruction, and hopefully it'd be more effective. So first thing I did, I had to create a collaborative team, and I was very happy with the team that I put together. They worked very hard. I had the school counselor on the team. Just figured she would be someone who would be helpful, be able to pull data and do a lot of other stuff that normally it might take me a little longer to do to, pull some scores and data and stuff. So she was helpful. I had another classroom teacher who was a mathematics teacher on the collaborative team, who's a veteran teacher, and I won't go too deep into everyone's credentials, but she's a veteran teacher that's been there for a while, really knows her stuff. And then the two other members on my collaborative team have a very strong SPED background, and they actually are a class within a class. So that was the biggest thing with my plan of co-teaching is, I have to be able to implement it some way. And it really fell in place by having two SPED teachers on my collaborative team who wanted to co-teach, who were already in class within a classroom settings. So, instead of having to change around an entire master schedule, the personnel was already there. They're already in these core classes. And so we just had to, do a little bit of research and, how can we change this from just a class within a class to an actual co-taught structured classroom. So that was what we did for fall semester of 2015. We had our professional development in August. We had a speaker come out, and she talked about all the different structures of co-teaching. And for the rest of that semester, my collaborative team and I, we researched, the different structures, the challenges that we might face, the benefits of it, how we can best differentiate instruction through co-teaching. So we did that first semester. We set up a Google Doc, and we just shared information throughout the semester. We met up occasionally in person too to make sure that we're all on the same page, and we just really decided, all right, how are we going to, or which classes are we going to co-teach in? What structures are going to work best? And we just got a plan throughout that semester, and then in January we implemented co-teaching in 3 classrooms. It was a government classroom, Algebra 2 classroom, and Algebra 1 classroom. The results. So we did co-teaching for that semester, that spring semester, and we felt as though we were able to more effectively differentiate instruction. So that was good. As a collaborative team, we talked about it at the end of the semester, and we thought, overall, we did what we set out as far as being able to differentiate instruction. We saw an increase in EOC scores. They improved from practice EOC scores, and we had a student survey, and overall, students enjoyed being in the co-taught classes. But overall, we felt that one semester of co-teaching did not provide enough data to directly correlate any results to co-teaching. I said that EOC scores improved from practice EOC scores, but I think you're going to find that in just about any classroom setting or any subject. I think that's going to be the case. So overall, we just decided, nothing negative came of co-teaching. The teachers all enjoyed doing it, those that participated. The students, for the most part, we had good feedback from the students. They enjoyed it. And, we did see from pre-test to post-test, scores did improve. But overall, we felt, this isn't quite enough data that we can directly, link this co-teaching or, correlate it directly, the results to co-teaching. And here you do see some of the results that we had. We have the percent of students that achieved advanced or proficient on practice EOC for our 3 classes, pretty low there. And then percent of students advanced or proficient on EOC after the semester of co-teaching. We see they all improved there. But, as I said, the practice EOC scores are naturally going to be low. So I think we would have seen improvement with or without co-teaching. So this is just going to be something we're going to have to, keep looking at, keep doing, and, being able to collect more data, whether we do it over, more, years and years to come, and also, increase the amount of teachers that are co-teaching so we can, keep collecting and analyzing data. But as you can see, scores did improve, so nothing bad came out of it, so that's good. And then here are the results of the student survey. I believe it was 54 students that we surveyed, and you can see, it's all pretty good feedback from the students. They enjoyed being in the co-taught classes. They felt like it helped them, and see 92% said that they would be in a co-taught class again. So that's good. So, good student response to what we did, and we'll be able to do it again in the future. Overall, I just want to say thank you, Dr. N, for all of your help and support throughout the program. The classes that we had with you, you definitely made things a lot easier through us, just through the whole process, and I know you put a lot of attention to detail and when you grade and give the feedback that you give us. So really appreciate your hard work and the help that you've given us. I hope everyone has a good rest of the semester and the rest of the school year. Sorry I couldn't be there right now. Got a basketball game, and I'd rather be with you guys right now instead of that game. But that's alright. And lastly, just said stay in touch. Like, if you guys are talking about, like, hanging out or, celebrating that we're done, make sure I get in contact. Don't leave me out of the mix. Alright, sometimes I'm the last one to hear about things, so make sure I know. And I've asked Jacob like 5 times probably if he wants to play basketball, and he blows me off every time. So seriously, don't blow me off. Like, let's do something fun. We can come over to my place or go out or something. But yeah, just let me know. Awesome. Have a good rest of the semester.